Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Hegfreeze here. Today I am bringing you 3 awesome entitled parent stories. Keywords include sister fight, taxi drama, and floorball tournament. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the stories. Aunt calls cops on my mom in her own home after a stupid freakout. So this happened when I was 12, going on 13. My aunt, who we'll call Karen, needed a place to live. Her fiancé had dumped her recently and she didn't have any family that lived a reasonable distance away that was willing to take her and her 5-year-old in. But my mother is a very nice woman, very family oriented. Naturally, she took her dear sister and her son in. Seriously, what could go wrong? Let's start off with the fact that her 5-year-old still needs diapers and was being potty trained at our house. He has an Xbox, I don't remember what type, that he would play shooter games on while talking to grown men, right in front of her. She couldn't care less. Karen really doesn't care about her kid. She let him run around doing whatever he wanted and letting him eat whatever he wanted. We had some cheap cookies from our local supermarket that had just gone on sale, so naturally we bought them. There had to have been about 30 give or take cookies in there. He ate all of them. We had some fruit snacks that were for his school lunch. He ate all of those too. Anything sweet that we had in our kitchen, pantry, fridge, etc. was gone in a span of a few days. Now, because this kid just runs off of sugar, he has a really bad immune system, so he's always sick. She brought this machine that would help him breathe if he ever had any complications. This is important, I swear. She also brought this huge ass suitcase. To give you an idea of how big it was, I was about 5'3" when the incident happened. That monster stood a little higher than my waistline, and it was thick too, about 2 of a 12-year-old girl stuck behind one another. Now, on to the good stuff. My mom made dinner, broccoli mixed in with cheese-covered noodles with some chicken on the side, and I, being a relatively healthy child, finished most of my plate. Karen's kid didn't eat anything. He just took small nibbles out of the chicken. Pretty wasteful, right? My mom tried to trick him into eating the broccoli by calling them magic trees that'll make you super strong. He ate a few after that, but not nearly enough to call it a dinner. Since most of us were finished with our food, save for Karen's kid, my mom said, "Screw it," and pulled out a dessert. She made sure that the piece that she gave him had something remotely healthy in it. He ate all of it, no questions asked. My mom tried to tell her how unhealthy that is, and I even joined in. Note, we were trying to be as kind about this as possible, as Karen has a history of bipolar depression. She flipped, screaming about how we shouldn't tell her how to raise her own freaking kid, and that my mom needed to get her disrespectful ass daughter in line. That flipped a switch in my mom. She yelled back, "Apologize to my daughter or get the freak out." Karen demanded that it was her right to stay here because of it being a free country. My mom had none of it, saying, "You call someone to get you right now or I'm calling the cops on you." It was just to get her to leave. After a good 5 minutes of a screaming match between the two, Karen finally wavered and called a relative. I'm not sure who, but whatever. I go to sleep and try to forget about it. All the while I'm hoping she and her kid will be gone in the morning. I wake up for school with a different type of alarm, the two sisters yelling at each other. I try to get ready while listening to music to drown out the noise until my mom runs to her room, it's across the hall from mine, and grabs that monstrosity of a suitcase from her closet. She puts the thing on the floor with some force and pushes it towards Karen. The suitcase was on tiny wheels, like ones on a skateboard, so due to the weight of everything in it, it fell over. Karen starts screaming again, stop throwing my crap!" in front of her 5-year-old, who is now bawling his eyes out. Now, here's the thing. My mom did powerlifting in high school, so she developed quite a bit of muscle. Plus, she has like 0.003 body fat, joking, but still. So, if my mom wanted to throw Karen's crap, she would full on throw it. Now, we had a stack of DVDs we were going to donate to Goodwill. Karen decided that it would be a good idea to knock those over. At this point, I was ready for school. So I said, "Bye, I love you," to my mom and left. Everything past this point happened while I was at school. Now, my mom didn't give me all of the details, but this is what I have knowledge of. The situation between them got more and more heated, so naturally Karen thought it would be a good idea to call the cops on my mom in her own house. Cops came, Karen said, screamed, a bunch of made up crap, clearly just to get my mom arrested. Cops made her to leave, and they told her that whatever she left, she would have to go to civil court for it. When she left our house, she left a bunch of her crap at our house. Remember her kids' breathing thing? Left that here. All of her expensive makeup, towels, blankets, her kids' stuffed animals, all of it. And she can't get it back. We've since disowned her, and we will never again consider her family. You ruined my child's day, so I'm going to destroy your equipment. Here comes the usual warning about mobile formatting and English not being my first language. EP, dangerous maniac. K, poor traumatized kid that had his day ruined. D, my male parent. Me, mean kid that just had to ruin a poor boy's day. This happened a while ago, so apologies if it's feeling a little bit rusty or anything. I was a 14-year-old goalkeeper at the floorball tournament. The tournaments were held every 2 weeks. Winning team would go to higher group, losing team would drop lower. Our team would constantly bounce between first and second group, as well as K's team, so there was a fair bit of rivalry going on. This happened during the last tournament of the season, final match against K's team. We were winning 1-0 and the clock was showing final 2 minutes. I was just on fire, amazing saves all day, not a goal scored against me. K had many chances to score, being the most skilled in his team. He blew a few of them, I managed to save the rest. So, being the angry idiot he was, he got angry and started slashing. About 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining to the end of the game, and K's team has an odd man rush. Few passes, then a shot. Amazing save, all parents on our side are cheering, as well as few on there. K got angry, and instead of trying to hit the ball, it was still on the ground, good to play, he slashed my fingers. I let it go as we were about to win anyways. 2 saves later, the siren goes blaring and we start all celebrating and I get awarded my MVP award. Small silver trophy, the first and the last one in my life. I was the last one to go to the dressing room. Had to fix a few loose screws on my mask. On my way there, I get pulled aside by an angry, fat, tomato-colored Karen. Kay is standing behind her, hysterically crying. EP,
how dare you ruin my precious boy's day? He was supposed to win this match and get the trophy for the best player.
Me, I'm sorry? We just won, it's a sport, next time your team might win. EP,
I don't care, you're going to apologize and give my boy his trophy he earned.
M, no, why would I do? EP,
because I said so, you spoiled brat.
I put the trophy quickly in my bag and tried to quickly walk away. EP,
where do you think you're going?
M, through tears, leave me alone. She started pulling on my old bag and the poor old thing ripped wide open and the contents spilled out. She picked my padded vest and pulled out a freaking pocket knife. EP,
you already got your trophy, so you won't be needing this anymore.
At this point, Dad came storming in, because he couldn't find me in the dressing room and got worried. D, hey Em, where have you been? What are you doing with my son's vest? And why are you holding a knife? EP,
he ruined my son's day, made him lose the game and now he's upset.
D, it's just a kid game, it's just for fun, no one got hurt and no money was lost. EP,
but your brat made my son lose on purpose.
D, well, he's the goalkeeper, that's what he's there for. But as I said, there's no reason to be mad at a kid for playing a game. So you're not going to leave or I will put you in a headlock and wait for the police to arrive. EP tried to mumble something about child abuse and violence against women. But as my dad pulled out his phone, she threw my vest in the trash bin and left, pulling her little angry mistake by his arm. We saw her at a few more games, but since my dad was always nearby, she would try to be invisible and leave everyone in peace. Sorry, but this is my taxi. But I called it. But I'm pregnant and racist. A pregnant woman tried to take my taxi despite having seen me waiting outside and having heard me make the call. She even said, "Waiting for a cab?" To which I replied, "Yeah," before I got back to my phone app games to pass the time. About 10 minutes pass and my taxi arrives, and I head over, but the woman says, "Sorry, but this is my taxi." The driver asks for me by name and the woman says, "That's me." I'm like, there is no way you have my name, and call the same cab company. I call an unpopular taxi company because I'm friends with a few of the drivers and this was one of them. I say, "But I called it," and she's opening the door already. The driver literally says, "Hey, so this is her taxi," pointing to me. The woman looks upset and says, "But I'm pregnant. I really did call this taxi too. And blank really is my name. She's trying to steal my taxi." I don't even know this woman and I'm getting really upset because I've worked a long day and I don't need this. The driver and I exchange frustrated looks since he knows me and he knows I called, and then he says, "Alright, I'll use my phone to see who called my cab." He uses call recognition and dials the number. My phone goes off. The pregnant woman now tries a new tactic, racism.
"All of you Pakis,"
he's from East India,
"are the same. You'll believe anyone who gives you $1.
Anyway, I scooted around to the other side to get in behind the driver while he kept all the other doors locked so she couldn't get in. She was furious and yelling the whole time, and my driver starts pulling out and says to me, "I would have happily taken her to where she wanted to go with you, but at this point I'm just going to tell everyone to avoid her." He took her picture to warn his fellow drivers about her racism and potentially threatening behavior, since by the end she was threatening to break windows. And I went the hell home. Alright guys, that was everything I had for today. I will be back tomorrow with more fresh stories. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you have enjoyed the video and subscribe. Have a nice day.